How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Fine. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Pleasure,
Of
Anna.
course.
So, I wanted to ask from you, how do you think your characters evolve from movie 1 to movie 2?
I'll start. We took a breath and a look. I think the evolution is I think a lot of us, we are dealing with a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of need for redemption, a lot of loss. And when you go through emotions like that, there's an element of coming back to oneself or having to cut off personality traits like limbs to survive. And I think, at least for Tarek, there's a feeling of coming back to oneself, being able to, having something to fight for that goes beyond his own story, having a feeling or a sense of tribalism, a sense of family that he's missed for 10 years after having, losing everything without saying too much of the backstory.
Yeah.
And there's a lightness that gets to come out a little bit, which is nice. there's I think the evolution is for Tarek, levity. It's finding family, compassion. It's nice. I think he gets the opportunity to come back to who he was a bit more. A little bit.
I feel like we all have sort of like different stories, but sort of very similarly, we have that need for redemption, and like I think we all can relate to one another in terms of our desire, what we want, what we need, and finding out those similarities in movie number 2, I think is quite. Like Jaimin said this, and of course, because he's way cooler than me. But Jaimin said this during our press tour in New York. He said, it's as if, separately we're just grains of sand, but you put grains of sand together, we become a stone. And of course, classic Jaimin. Wow, classic
Imagine with Jaimin's dope-ass accent as well, and his like fucking deep, booming voice.
Well, I wish I saw your face
I was like
when
this.
he buttoned it
like-
at the end. Your mouth was probably open.
Oh, the whole time I was like, God, you're stoic.
Aww. And what do you love most about this story, and why do you think fans should see it?
Honestly, I'm just hoping that people can just have a window outside of their lives that they can just dive in and be entertained and have fun within the process. And luckily, maybe some of them would relate to some circumstances. The stories are pretty outwardly as it is, but I think that hopefully people can be inspired. But essentially, just have fun and be, just get out of their head and like just see something, a whole new universe, a whole new world. So I think it's just.
Did you just quote Aladdin?
I knew you were going to say that. By the way, we work very well together.
Yeah, we do.
So
Yeah.
very quick. As I said
I
I'm like,
see it.
Staz is going to pick up on that. Like I started about it very
100%.
quickly, and then you said something. You couldn't help it.
Speaking of a whole new world, you can go.
We need a rug.
We do need a rug.
That's one thing that's missing in Rome.
We had the rugs. We had the little carpets. We got the little placards, the little things.
Oh, they're rugs.
They were the tiny rugs.
I was
Just
wondering
small
what they were.
rugs
I thought they were coffee mugs
rugs
for
for
giants.
babies. No, yeah, coffee mugs for giants or rugs for babies. But going into this whole, seconding what Sophia just said. I remember there were times, childhood wasn't necessarily easy at points in my life, and escaping into these worlds, escaping into these movies and these lifestyles and these ideas, was cathartic. Not cathartic. It was not just cathartic. Sorry, but also just like medicinal. I think for me, it was a lifeline sometimes when the world that I was in was too difficult or too complex for me to understand as a young adult. And I think that part of the reason that's why we all love doing what we do is because we get the honor and the privilege of now hopefully doing the same, as Sophia said, for someone else, and not just being a spectator but a participator. And that's the kind of coolest thing of this. So I hope when people watch it, they enjoy being a spectator and dream of being a participator like I did once.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna.
for talking